Good morning. Good afternoon. Wait, good afternoon. It's Ladon. Baby, for real? Or you could just say Ladon, which makes it easier. Um, I've been chilling out recently. Part of it's because I did start school. As some of you know, I did. So that's really been keeping me busy. Taking an accelerated bio class on top of accelerated math class. Like, I don't know who told me to do that, but it's okay. I'm getting through it. Um, I, I've been watching some things lately, and I realized that I was getting too involved in it. But I also realized that it was also annoying me and triggering me because these people running around here dealing with this person, and they throwing out so much misinformation. And, oh, well, maybe you can help this person. Maybe so and so can help this person. Maybe if you tell your story, it can help that person. Let me tell y'all something. The only person that's going to help an addict is themselves. And that phenomenon that they cannot explain that happens that makes them stop for good. It will not be YouTube. It will not be their children. It will not be their man, spouse, husband, whatever you call it. It will not be your mama or your daddy. It will not be anyone. Now, there are things that inspire you. Yes. But how many things we done been inspired by but we did nothing with? How many of us got talents that we could do very well but we don't do it? How many times have you heard a quote that sounded so good to you, like, man, that's me all day. I should start doing that, but you don't do it. That's what it's like to an addict. It sound good, but I ain't about to do that. I am sitting in the car. Hey Shay, hey sis. I'm sitting in the car at the park. Um, so yes, I am just like I have to back away. Um, if that person is on a platform, I think I'm gonna just fall back because it's fucked up. And it's a couple of other people that I could tell are familiar with the fellowships and they're saying this shit. But then you got these people that's caping and everything. It's like, damn, are y'all doing this for clout, or do y'all really believe that her being on here is going to spark a fire that she's going to fucking get clean and sober? Because it's not going to happen. And then they'll say, how can you say she is or isn't clean, or how can you say she is or isn't sober? She's going live 2, 3, 4 times a day, and each live is at least 2 hours long. She's on here arguing and bickering with people, totally out of her makeup. She's acting totally different from how she first came on here. So is it that she was faking when she first came on here? Because she couldn't speak English, then she could speak English, but now she's a victim and she's trying to get help and get sober. But now she's not doing it. Now she's a part of the fucking beef sector. And somebody gonna probably say, oh, you just jealous. Let me tell you one motherfucking thing right now. I can never be jealous of a junkie who's on the internet, sleeping with random people, acting like she's dealing with random people, manipulating people, taking advantage of people who don't comb their hair, who got their long big ass titties in the camera thinking that's looking cute. You know what? I really honestly think at this point with her hair, I think she keeps her hair like that on purpose. Cause in her mind now she got all these subs and she like they subbing to me, because I look good. I really think that who came in? Oh hey Shayla, I really think that she at this point she do it on purpose. But it ain't never about a jealousy thing. So whoever the fuck gonna say that feel that way, I want you to understand. Now I've been sober for 2 motherfucking years. I go to meetings often. I have a sponsor. I sponsor people. I'm out here in the community dealing with these addicts when they relapse. I'm helping people go in and out of detox and treatment centers. I take away from my family a lot of times to help an addict or an alcoholic. And if you don't know, I'll tell you, I'm an alcoholic. And for some of the people that's in the fellowship, they might be like, oh no, don't break your anonymity. I'm not breaking my anonymity. Right? So I can attest to these things. You want to know how you know if a person is even if they relapse, they serious about recovery? Pay attention to their content. Pay attention to the things that they share. Because on my videos, I put shit out there so y'all can know that I'm a recovered alcoholic who's working on sobriety, who's continuing to work on emotional sobriety, right? I'm not mad, but I want to say this. There are so many people like myself and others who suffer from mental illness, who have alcohol problems, who have drug addiction problems. So they don't even, it just going through shit, period. They don't even have to be an addict. Some people are just going through shit, period. And then you get these individuals that come on here and they cut a fool and they put it in an idea in everyone's head that all addicts and all people with mental health is like that. I mean, I see some comments that said that. First of all, I seen a comment about a nurse saying that, well, as a nurse, you should know like you should know what's going on. First of all nurses do not practice the same thing, right? You have geriatric nurses, you have pediatric nurses, you have labor and delivery nurses, you have oncology nurses, you have nurses that deal with research and all kind of stuff. So like, and let's be honest, like I remember working with a nurse years ago. She came from the ICU and was trying to call herself working in a nursing home. She didn't last a week. She's like, oh, this is too much. An ICU nurse can't handle working in geriatrics. Why? Because she doesn't know anything about dealing with geriatrics. The only thing she knows is how to deal with critically ill people. She's dealing with people that's critically ill in their acute stage. Not after they felt better, now they old, they just back at their nursing home. So that was one thing that was annoying to me. Another thing was how people kept saying, talking about this man being her sponsor. Now, at first, I was tripping. I did say the man 13 stepped her. But when he said that he wasn't in a fellowship and that he didn't have a problem with addiction, then it was no more 13 stepping. He's just a weird old dude that's sleeping with an addict. That's all he is. That's all he is. He is. And then here's the thing, which I don't get is he can't refuse to say he's in a fellowship because he doesn't have to break his anonymity. You can get sober, you can get clean, and nobody has to know but you, maybe your close and immediate family, your sponsor, the treatment program you go to, whatever route you take. Okay. So honestly, I don't know if he in a fellowship or not because he said no. When I'm out and about and people like, hey, you want to drink? I just be like, I don't drink. You got some pop or some tea or some coffee? I don't get out here, oh, I'm this, I don't do that. You know, somebody asks based on what they see, I'll be honest. But I just tell people I don't drink. I'm sober. Okay? There were a couple of people saying, okay, like she need help, y'all should be helping her. She don't need to be on YouTube. That's gonna make her relapse. Let me tell you something. You don't have to be going through a bad space in your life to relapse. But only people who have been to meetings, whatever fellowship you claim, would know that. I remember I met a man, I was early in sobriety. Well, I'm still early, but I was like a few months in. And as far as I tell people all the time, I take it one day at a time. So I'm going to always be early in sobriety because I woke up that day sober. You know. But this man, he talked about how he got clean, right? I found him a wife. His wife was in the fellowship. Um, he was working. They had a beautiful house. The kids doing good. Everything was doing good for him. There wasn't a cloud in the sky. He said one day he was cutting his grass, and this is a true story. This man passed away last year. He said nothing was going on. One day he was just sitting there. He's like, dang, cutting his grass. Like, I could use a cold beer. It would be too bad. I don't think it'll, you know what I'm saying, do too much. And he didn't go confess it. He stood. He held on to it. He didn't do anything about it. Needless to say, a year later, he relapsed. And he still kept saying there was nothing going on. He was in a space in his life where it was just, he was cooling. It was just cool, right? It was cool. So please, please, please don't think that because a person is going through something that they're going to relapse. I'm going to give you a mini quick lead about me. I'm going to give you a testimony. And I want you to share this video because I ain't going to be on here much longer. I'm going to try to get off at 1. Okay, when I first got sober, it was in the middle of COVID where we was like being shut down, stuff went shaking, kids went in school. I got sober right before my kids stopped, got off spring break and they were doing homeschooling. I got sober at home because I refused to leave my kids because of my old issue from phone rang. So anyway, I was saying that so I quit drinking because I'm an alcoholic. Okay. I quit drinking right before the kids started school and they were being homeschooled. In the middle of a pandemic, I quit working, literally. Um, I took a leave of absence, a medical leave of absence, because that was my typical thing to do. Right? And I got too caught up about taking leave of absence. So I quit drinking. I'm homeschooling my kids. My marriage is on the rocks. And I remember, I started going to Zoom meetings again, in-person meetings, and so the ball game got to rolling. When I was ready, getting time to do my fourth step, I was 4 months sober. I was getting ready to do my fourth step. On my fourth step, you put down like your resentments, your fears, whatever. I'm not gonna go through all that. If you want to know privately, you can inbox me on Instagram, and I'll tell you. And one of my fears, one of my resentments was COVID. One of my fears was my mother passing away from me, right? I'm selfish away, right? No sooner as I finished writing those things in that fourth step, I get a call from the nursing home telling me my mother had COVID. And I was like, okay, we ain't gonna kill her off because I know what's going on. I know more than a lot of people at that time knew. And I knew what the deal was. But on top of that, I knew I wasn't in control of that situation. 2 weeks after she was diagnosed with COVID, she passed away. December 28th, 2022. I was 4 months sober. I had not seen my mother since January of 2022. Hence, didn't I say she was in a nursing home? I had to prepare her funeral. Well, first I had to make the decision to go ahead and let her pass because she immediately when she went in the hospital before she went down too far, she said she did not want to be resuscitated. She immediately did that. And at first it was calling me like, okay, we gonna put her on hospice, blah blah blah. Hospice talk was like Wednesday. By Friday, I had to go and tell her goodbye. So the last time I saw my mother, she was on all these machines, and all she did was look at me. I cleaned her up because she looked at a train wreck. Now I'm in the healthcare field, so I cleaned her up. I got her situated, and it was like, "Are you sure that you want to go ahead and do this? You don't want to try to do hospice and none of that?" I said, "I know what she wants." So I told her to go ahead, take her off all this stuff. And that was the last time I see my mother take a breath. I did not drink. I didn't get on the internet and act crazy. I prayed and I went to meetings and I called my sponsor, and then I prayed and I went to meetings and I called my sponsor and I helped other people, whether they have more time than me or less time than me. That's what I did. Shortly after that, I signed the divorce papers in May, right? So now I'm 8 months sober. I signed these divorce papers, not knowing how this really gonna turn out. And I'll tell that story later because it's crazy. I'm not gonna tell it now. But I signed these divorce papers, and that same day, after I told my husband, I'm like, dude, I think I want to get a new car because at the time, the job I had, I was traveling, I was driving, from county to county, city to city. And he was like, oh no, ain't nothing wrong with that car. You don't need a car. I was pissed because I'm like, damn, dude, really, really, you know what I'm saying? I didn't drink, right? I signed these divorce papers. I didn't drink. The next day, after I signed the divorce papers, someone hit me in my car that I was trying to get rid of. It was a hit and run. And it was like, okay, y'all know how U-Haul trucks look, or, the big moving trucks. You got the small one, then you got the medium-sized one, and then you got the large one. The large one hit me. They, was trying to go around the car, making a left-hand turn, and ran into me. I drive a Honda Fit. This car was given to me by my husband. So I drive a little Honda Fit, okay? And all them years I have been getting out here cutting up, drinking, drunk, crazy. I'm not getting no accidents. 8 months sober, I get in a car accident. It was a hit and run. I was devastated. I was scared. I had just transitioned from having a female sponsor to getting a new sponsor, which in turn ended up being a male sponsor, because in that little glimpse of that, I forgot to tell y'all that I was ready to walk away from AA because I was having issues with the sponsor that I had. So I called my sponsor. I'm at the police station. I call my sponsor. We're talking. He tells me what to do. And then I just go through it. And I go home. And I don't drink. Now I want you to hear me say, I went home and I didn't drink. I got up that morning. I put my clothes on. I got in that same fucked up car. And I went to an AA meeting. And at this particular place on Poplar, it's like a club where they host different meetings. Everybody was like, what are you doing here? Did you go to the hospital? I said, no. I came to a meeting. I needed to come here. They were trying to make me leave and go to the hospital. I said, I'm not going nowhere until this meeting is over. I didn't drink. That is what needs to be said. Those are the things that people who are out here looking to find out about sobriety, or that's interested in sobriety, or that's already in sobriety, but they just looking for something at 4 o'clock in the morning because they can't sleep, and they just trying to get through this whatever they're going through. Those are the stories we tell. The relapse stories are awesome, but you can't keep telling the relapse story over and over again. You have this thing in fellowships, especially if somebody here that's with a significant amount of time. You'll have some people say that you'll see certain people with time treat the newcomer, they kind of like don't grasp onto them immediately. Like they kind of be like, okay, because they see people come in and out. You know what I'm saying? And so you kind of do get a tough skin. I've had 4 sponsees that went back out. One of them came back and she just celebrated her year of sobriety. My other one, she was a part of the 4, but she's still doing good. And the other 2, I don't know what's going on. That's what I'm talking about. So that's when I say that, like, I did my commentary on that situation because it was a reason for me to say all those things, to say what I need to say. I am willing to put myself on the line as long as I know I might be helping somebody that's in my clouds, that's um, listening to me. If I know I can help them, then I might. Hold up, I gotta make sure my phone not getting hot. Because the last time I went live my car, I put it on some ice. Can y'all still hear me? Yeah, the last time it went hot, and then I couldn't do shit about it, so it was still going. Anyway, I only got a few more minutes because I gotta go home and study. I'm at the park. I am willing to do that. It's some people that go to her panel, her channel, whatever, that's gonna hear me. Do not compare me to her. Do not equate us to each other. Because I had initially started watching her, and I was like, okay, and I'm like, okay, yay, and then I'm like, wait a minute, wait a minute, hold up, you you go in a dance, but you can't go to IOP. You go in the dance to the bar, but you can't go to an NA meeting. No, no. I wish anyone that's struggling with sobriety nothing but the best of luck. I hope that phenomenon that they cannot explain happens. You know what I'm saying? I hope that they just get so tired to the point where they just say, forget everything. I need to stay clean and sober. But until they reach that point, nothing y'all do or say is going to matter. And I'm going to tell you what makes it even hard for her is that she's doing okay. She's not homeless. She's not dealing with a lot of criminal problems. She can afford it. Her kids still got a place to stay and food to eat. She's still able to do all the hobbies and weird little shit that she like to do. So that's why it's going to be harder for her. Because it was hard for me. I'm not going to get out here and talk about what I did, what I have, none of that, whatever. If you pay attention to me, you follow me on Instagram, you already know what I'm doing as far as my life goes and different things like that. But it's going to be hard for her. And I'm not gonna say, like, I heard someone say this was foul. They said they wanted to flag her or some crazy stuff, and then they were like kind of like basically like trying to blackball her. I think it's funny when she said, I'm like, oh, she needs to be blackballed. Okay, whatever. And my thing is, if nothing else, YouTube is keeping her out of the streets. Let me say that again. Because my issue ain't with her for real, for real. My issue is with all the people around her. If that makes sense. But YouTube is keeping her off the streets. Because see, when you want to get high and do your one, two, it don't matter. You could be driving a Benz and a Maserati, a Bugatti. You're gonna pull up in the worst street in the neighborhood because you want your get high. You want your fix. But she ain't gotta do that. And listen, I'm in my car. I'm going to go back and check all y'all comments. I love y'all. But I'm in the car and I'm kind of in the sun and my phone is down because it'll run hot. I got it on some ice. So yeah, like, and I went through that. But I don't want to be compared to them. I don't want to be in a position where people are thinking that all these things that they're hearing and they're seeing and all the stuff that they're seeing on the panels and in the chat and all that. Because, see, I'll be reading. You know why I don't like getting on the panels? Because the chat is more fun to me. The chat is where it's at. And it's a lot of craziness. That's a lot of craziness. But she ain't hit her bottom. But I'm here for the people who have. Hello, you hit your bottom. There is help for you. People like me are here to help. It's resources out here. I'm a I'll probably just grab them off my old video, copy and paste them, and put them here. You got AA, you got NA, you got CA, you got OA, you got EA, all these A's. All of them still from Alcoholics Anonymous, because Alcoholics Anonymous is the first one. The anonymous part is the A, and then alcohol, overeating, narcotics, cocaine, whatever. There are resources. There's a website you can go to. It's called www.samha. I could be wrong, but I know I've tagged it before. You could go on that website and it's national, and it'll take you to whatever's local. You can call your local central office for Alcoholics Anonymous, whatever anonymous. They all have like a central office in your local area. They'll connect you with people that can get you in treatment or get you to detox or take you to a meeting. In 2022, yes, they are still doing that. It seems so old because you hear all the people with 40 years talk about how they 12-step people, but it still happens. I have 12-step people with my sponsors in behind me. So there's help for you. There's help for you to deal with your mental health. Mental health is another thing that people put such a stigma on, but it's you can keep your anonymity with that. The only people got to know you're going to therapy is you and your therapist. The only people that got to know you're going to therapy is you and your therapist. I mean, if you got a spouse, depending on the situation, it would be good to let them know. But then again, you still don't. The only person that has to know that you're going to therapy is you and your therapist. We as Black women got to break that cycle of I'm strong. I got this. We're not that strong. We get so beat down that we end up, we're dying early. We ended up broken down 40, 50, 60 years old in wheelchairs. And it ain't even about drinking or using drugs. It's just that we beat ourselves up so much. We don't allow ourselves to be weak sometimes. We don't want to say, I need this. I need help. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to do that. And we got to start. Like, we that new generation. You know what I'm saying? You in your 20s, you in your 30s, 40s. I ain't going to go farther than the 50s because they come from a different generation. But we, even in your 50s, we got to start breaking those generational curses. You know what I'm saying? All those things that mama told us, as long as a man taking care of you, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We don't even wear dresses no more. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying this to say, like, yeah, we got to start changing. Change starts with self. You can never go out in the community and do anything for anybody else if you're not right. If you're not right, nothing around you is going to go right. Even when you think it's going right, let me tell you one thing that happened to me when I got sober. When I had to go make my amends. Oh, I was hearing all kind of shit. I'm like, what? I don't remember that. Or I do remember that, but I didn't think you took it like that. Like, you would be shocked of the shit people are mad about, resent you for. Like, it was so crazy. And then, one of the biggest things that I was told was that I was stubborn and I didn't want nobody to tell me anything. I'm still stubborn. But I'll let people tell me things now. It just may take a while for me to process it. I feel like I'm rambling, but I guess that's what you do. You go live. Like, for me, because I'm sober, I'm mental health, I'm married, I got kids. And my oldest starts her job, guys. She got a job. This is her second job, actually. She starts soon, so I'm so happy about that because I'm sick of her being up under me. And my little one is gone for the summer with her granny. My mother-in-law has her, so I have like a lot of time on my hands, but I'm in school, so like it ain't even like that time I can spend doing something else. So all right, so like I said, I wanted to do some commentary. I ain't throwing nobody under the bus. I'm not dragging nobody, but I did want to, at least as a sober person with a little bit of days, clear the air for people who may be going to these channels and hearing all these things, and it's not true. Somebody said, when you go to NA, the people got to have 20 and 30 years to sponsor you. I said, whoa! Child, let me tell you something. I'm gonna say this. I don't care if it's NACA, AA, whatever. If somebody has to have 20 years, do you know how many people wouldn't have a sponsor? They would not have a sponsor if there was a qualification. 1 year is generally depending, 5 years for some. But like anything past that, how would you? How would these people get sponsored? Because 9 times 10, you're gonna sit in a room where most of the people got under 20 years, depending on where meeting you go to. Well, especially now in our day and age, you know what I'm saying? We in our 30s, 20s. One of my sponsors that's struggling right now, she's 28 years old. I'm 10 years older than her. And she's been addicted since she was 13. Let's talk about that. But they say, and that's the stuff. Like, I was so heated when I seen that. When they was like, oh, you gotta, they said it. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? But I have to realize, those who don't know, don't know. It's a difference. It's a different life once you get sober, especially if you join sobriety fellowships, whatever one you choose. It's a different life. Things go different. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like going to church and praying to God or going to the mosque and praying to Allah. It's nothing like that. Because a lot of them go to church. They go pray to Allah. I know, it's a boy I know. He can't stay sober to save his life. And he walks around in all his Muslim clothes. He wears the long little Muslim shirt and a thing on his head. And he's always talking about Allah. But the nigga can't stop hitting that crack pipe. Another person that's been around for me since I got sober is this guy. He owns a church. He owns a church. He's a pastor, reverend, whatever y'all call him. I'm not religious, so I don't know how that goes. He's been sober for 6 years. He's been sober for 6 years, y'all. Let me try to look at what y'all saying. Wait, y'all been saying a lot. Oh my gosh, Shay, hey sis. Shay, was good. Emily, hey darling. Thank you for the condolences, but I'm all right. Ooh, child. Juju, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Juju. You getting old. Welcome to the old crew. Getting old. Um, let's see. My best friend has a major surgery tomorrow, so I'll be doing that. Tomorrow's usually a free day. I don't have class. I didn't go to class today. I was tired, but I am going to try to do a panel. I know we tried to the one like, but I don't think I'm going to do it late at night. I need to set aside a day that's late in the day, but not like prime time when all the people who actually got real channels going. I don't want to conflict with them because sometimes I like being on their panels or not their panels, but being on their channels. But yeah, so I have not been able to read any books. Right, I study like 6 hours a day. So anyway, if you want to communicate with me, if you want to see how fucking ugly I am, if you want to see how fat I am, if you want to see what I be doing out here in these streets, if you really want to see about me and learn about me, follow me on Instagram at LaDon Did It For Real. I'm gonna tell you now, I have the polycystic thing going on, so I got a hairy face and I break the fuck out. On top of the fact that when I quit drinking, I broke out really bad. Like, I broke out bad. Everybody was like, what the hell is going on with you? I was like, I don't know. I'm just breaking out. And I'm a pimple popper, but I wasn't even popping the pimples, and they were still just scarring my face up. It was explained that was a part of even my hormones catching back up because I do have the condition that makes the ladies have hair in their face. So before anybody come out here or look at my pictures and try to put me on blast or whatever, I'm going to tell you, yes, I got fucked up skin. And you might see a few strands of hair depending on when I'm taking a picture. Now, moving along. And I look old as fuck because I am old as fuck sometimes. I feel like that. But yeah, so that's where you can find me at, or you can email me. My email, I think, is listed on my About Me. I am willing to offer help, support, whatever. Um, you don't have to pay me, none of that. Someone fussed at me though in the back end. It was like, why the fuck you ain't post your cash app? And I'm like, nah. If I could get more than 20 people in my chat, then I'll post my cash app. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just for fun. Shay, what you over there doing? Having some sex or something? Remember when we type like that? We either distracted or having sex. Shabo, you ain't. I think I say in a way because sometimes people hear my voice and think I'm much younger. As a matter of fact, me and my oldest daughter, if she when people call her phone, if I answer, they're like, "Where what you girl? What take?" This her boyfriend called. I was like, "Man, what the fuck?" I said, "I know you're not talking to my daughter like that." He was like, "Oh my god, y'all sound so much alike." And it's the same thing for her when she answers my phone. It depending on like what she's doing. They're like, girl, what you doing? She be like, hold on, let me go get my mom. I mean, we even laugh alike. Like our laughs sound just alike. It's so crazy. So sometimes people would think that. But I mean, like at this point, I'm married. You know, I'm celebrating my 4-year anniversary June 9th. Um, we ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So like as far as how I look, I'm not stressed about that because I looks good when I want to look good. I mean, I know for the purpose of entertainment, I may have to put on like some makeup or whatever, look nice when I do start coming up. But yeah, I'm not gonna be out here like that. But then again, let me stop acting up because I'm not even in those sectors to worry about being in chaos or drama because I am not gonna entertain chaos or drama. I may do commentary on something, but that's as far as it goes. I'm not gonna go back and forth with you. I said what I said, and 9 times out of 10, if I say what I say, those who know. Those who don't know can find out if they really want to know. But I don't do that. I don't do that shit in real life. So I ain't fought since I was in my 20s, like 22. 20, yeah, I was 22. And actually, it wasn't even like I was out in the street fighting somebody. My cousin swung on me. So we started fighting. Um, yeah, I don't do that. I don't do the going back and forth. I don't do the baby daddy drama. I don't do the baby mama drama. Well, I don't have baby mama drama. Because my husband don't have no kids. But when I was, not with him and what, I don't do none of that. I don't do back and forth. I got a violent history. Mm-mm. I've said that before, like some of the ways these people be going at it on here, and I guess it is. Oh my God, y'all still got me talking past 1 o'clock. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, like it's crazy out here, but I am gonna really start putting on more comments. I was looking at something where a couple of people that do like content creating, like edits and teachings and all that stuff, like the how tos, and the guy was like, if you really can't put out a lot of videos a lot of times or do like lives or whatever, just keep doing shorts. And I was wondering why I would see certain people they not like on panels or whatever their content is. They was doing a lot of shorts, and then I was seeing like their shorts is getting numbers because people are swiping through shorts. So I was like, you know what? That's what I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna start doing shorts, even if it's just some everyday 60 seconds document what I done read or something. Um, because that allow people to see where I'm at, get to know me, but I'm not taking up a lot of time. Because like I felt it in my heart to get on YouTube when I should be at home studying. I went to Starbucks, got me a coffee because I had been out the house in 2 days. So I was like, damn, I gotta go home and study. And I was like, you know what? I keep saying I'm gonna do it live. And here's what's crazy. The other day, I did a pre-recorded video on Friday morning, and what ended up happening is I was going to put it out, but I got so caught up with homework, and it was something that I mentioned in there Friday that was supposed to happen that Saturday that didn't happen. I don't know. I still might put it out though. I still might go ahead and put it out. It's like a 30-minute video of me talking mess. I don't know. I gotta listen to it to decide if I'm gonna put it out. But anyway, for those who are tuning in, please like, share, and subscribe. If you know anybody that can benefit from listening to me talking my mess, tell them to come see me, come listen to me, come check me out. Um, Shut up, phone. I know you about to die. Um, if you got any comments or whatever, you got any questions, whatever, leave it below. Leave it below. It's still one thing that I got to touch bases on that I haven't, but school came and it just destroyed all my little plans. If you need help, you know someone that need help, comment. I'll send you links to all these different websites. I have them on like one or two of my old lives. I know the 3 hour live that I did. I got them on there, but I'll just share them again. I can't share a lot of stuff because I don't have a community wall because I don't have enough subscribers. So I try to put it at the in my description or whatever. And I think I'm gonna just go ahead and put it on my About Me page, so that way even if you look at it trying to be nosy or whatever, the information will be there. Also, for the being that's listening, I am not a female only channel. I am not a female only channel, right? So I'm gonna just put that out there. Fellas, you can comment, you can ask questions, you can do what you want to do. I might be able to help you link up with some things. There's a couple of people on here that I follow on YouTube and Instagram that are men. You know what I'm saying? Like I follow this guy now who he relapsed and now he's back and he has a year sobriety. And I'm telling y'all, if I'm gonna post his thing, if you go see his channel, you'll see a total difference. You'll see what real sobriety and recovery and relapse look like. You'll see what the real journey look like. So I'm gonna share his stuff too. See, I'm not a female only page. Anyway, I got homework to do. I appreciate y'all for coming by. Again, like the video, share, subscribe. And that'll be that. Yo, until next time, y'all take care of yourselves and peace be with you. Later.